Hello, everybody, and welcome back to LUTI tonight here on a Tuesday afternoon for us here in North America. My name is FRiKPy. I'm joined here with Keon, and we have some great Div X action headed your way. Black Lotus versus FRiKPy here today. Black Lotus 1-1 that we have seen so far. We've streamed all of their matches. This is a FRiKPy team who is 0-2 to start their season, but Keon, they've had some great game wins over Moonlight and Floaters. This is, I feel like this could be a really good one.
This is going to be a matchup I'm really entertained to see. Yes, that 0-2 record from FRiKPy is going to be rough there, but if you look closer at the game results, they've taken 2 games off of Moonlight and 3 games off of Floater. So this could be a very strong team, no matter what the record says. We take a quick look at Black Lotus, 2-0. They are 1-1. They lost that game 9 in week 1, and then the second week rebounded against Facade. So basically, almost a must-win game, really, Falco, for Black Lotus, and FRiKPy is going to be here most likely to play spoilers by the end of it.
Yeah, none of these teams have gotten swept 5-0 by any means. None of them even a 5-1. It's all been a 5-2 or closer. So FRiKPy, again, 0-2, still can get this win off of Black Lotus, but Black Lotus, they need to get that win if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. So it's going to be such a good and exciting match. And of course here, starting off with zones, game 5 in zones, game 9 in zones. This is the new LUTI season. This is what we have. We're going to hop into here for game 1, Splat Zones, Ship Shape. Let's take a look at the comps. Of course, we've always seen Noctis play that blaster. We'll see if they bring that out again. We're going to be taking a first look at FRiKPy's comps as well. Yes, Noctis is going to be on the Blast Neo coming out here, and we're going to be seeing the S-Blast come out from Fish from FRiKPy, along with some of the staple weapons that we know and love here in our competitive Splatoon action.
Black Lotus is dishing up the usual 4 weapons we've usually seen them do. They have a Tenebral, usually the main center point, along with the 52 gal. Noctis, as you noted there, with that Luna Blaster. Neo with the Stamp. Gonna be an intriguing option there, along with that Heavy Edit. You see the staples there from FRiKPy's end. That S-Blast 91, which has gotten a lot of popularity in recent times. It's going to be an intriguing look here. FRiKPy, by the way, you never sleep on FRiKPy. They're still a very strong team, despite what their record suggests. They're already getting the first cap of the zone. They're going to maintain it for just a tiny bit longer right now. But Black Lotus are quickly jumping in. They're looking to get the cap of the zone, which they will be able to. Just 20 points chunked down already there, Falco, but it's a great start for them so far.
It really is. They even had a little bit of a player advantage while they had that lead, which is always great to go into it. FRiKPy going to be capping that once again, but going to be looking at Anger and Mart, who are going to be trying to push forward. Fish is going to be trying to get some shots, but there's going to be a wall that's going to come out from one of the members from Black Lotus, trying to pay that zone now. The Zuka is going to be out now from Anger, identifying Fish up here on top. Can they get them? No, but it is going to be recapped again by Black Lotus, and now they are ticking down. Will this be enough for them to take the lead? One player down, but they still seem to have a solid hold.
Solid hold, just a 1-point difference that Black Lotus are able to crawl right back into this one. But the special usage is going to be key here, especially with that Ultra Sam, forcing it on the other side, forces Punchy to drop down to lower ground there, and it's going to have to just roll right out of there, and Black Lotus will be able to get that one back just like that. As we do get to see kind of this back and forth battle as we go. FRiKPy is able to get 2 down out of Black Lotus, but Anger is moving forward there with the Tenebral, is able to get snuffed out there by FRiKPy, but all that being said and done, Black Lotus is able to hold on very well. They take 3 members out from FRiKPy. Punchy is going to get the trade, but at what cost? The entire zone, not able to land the ultimate, and that's going to be just as well. And in this case, FRiKPy able to rebound. There's that Boy Bomb. They're going to get the zones back just like that. Another additional 30 points taken down, but Black Lotus is halfway there, Falco.
Yeah, one of the things I really appreciate and like about Black Lotus is they're not afraid to push up on the zone. Of course, if you get splatted on the zone, that's not really good. It's going to spray more of the enemy paint on your side. But they were like, hey, we don't really care. We're going to be as aggressive as we need to. And it has paid off at moments, but they're going to need to try and rebound right now. And right now, they do get that zone back, but a 2-player disadvantage. Knocks and pops the hammer, doesn't get a splat, but does get a direct, gets a double on members of FRiKPy, so they're able to push forward, but Nox is now going to go down. 2 players from FRiKPy in the zone. One is going to be pushing forward, one is going to be zip casting. The Booyah is going to be coming out on the side of on this end of Black Lotus from FRiKPy, and we see the Crab as well. So again, these teams do such a great job at capping the zone, immediately knowing when to push forward and knowing when to back out.
And you highlighted such a great point there. It's not just it's still trying to make a lot of those Ultra Sam tosses work. I get why. A lot of changes to the Ultra Sam in the recent patches has seen a lot of surge in popularity for the Ultra Sam itself. But not just even with the miss Ultra Sam, able to get that double, which does buy themselves a little bit more time to work with. There, FRiKPy is going to get control of the zone, but this back and forth has continued to go on for quite a while. Anger is going to get caught in the middle of no man's land on that Booyah Bomb toss. That is going to be a man advantage there for FRiKPy. They're going to be going through these points just like that. Going to be a quick lead change, but how long can they keep the zone held? There is a Zipcaster that is available, but one member already down from Black Lotus's end. Anger is just trying to move forward with the Tenebral. It's going to provide it such an opening. Noctis not able to land that Ultra Stamp again, but that doesn't really matter for Black Lotus too much. They are going to get the zones back, but FRiKPy swipes lead with about 1:04 left to go here, Falco.
Yeah, and taking out Punchy at that moment from FRiKPy, I think was huge because there was a lot of paint on the side of FRiKPy, and Punchy was just waiting for that perfect opportunity that unfortunately did not pay off. So like you mentioned, Keon, Black Lotus has the zone now. 1 minute to go here in regulation as they're trying to push forward. A lot of that paint now is this teal color from Black Lotus as they try and push forward, and they're kind of being a little bit more conservative at this point. They do have a decent amount of paint. We do see that whale come out. We did see that crab come out as well. Anger trying to push up with their tent, not really going to work. Zipcaster coming out from the side of FRiKPy. but Black Lotus going to be able to take the lead just before FRiKPy takes over this zone. 20 seconds left here in regulation.
20 seconds left to go here in regulation. Yes, there is a lead, but for how long could be the ultimate question, as Noctis and the rest of Black Lotus now trying to go behind the center belt for coverage, but there's no opening. There are two special available, Zuka, Whale, and Stamp being thrown in. They do take out the S-Blast, but two members are down, and that's all it's going to be. No push to the zone whatsoever, and then Falco game 1 over to FRiKPy to start things off.
Literally at the last second, that cap happen, or that overtime, or that lead happened. I don't even know what words I'm saying. That lead happened. The lead switch happened with FRiKPy. Literally a half millisecond later, Black Lotus took back over, but it was not enough time. Like you mentioned, FRiKPy getting that win. They were just so dominant on that lockout. And like, of course, this is DivX. These players know how to play the game. We're not gonna like, they're better than us, Keon, obviously.
Yep.
But it was just incredible on how well they can move up here. We can see Noctis getting those really two key picks that helped propel their cap and push forward a little bit. But yeah, FRiKPy, I think just literally being at the right place at the right time is the name of the game for this game 1. If this would have lasted 20 seconds later, it could have easily flipped back over to Black Lotus's side.
Yeah, and this is the one. And this was the one key moment I was keeping an eye on was Black Lotus. When is their chance to contend? They had 3 specials that I noted there right away. The Zuka and the Ultra Stamp was there, but what happened around this side? I think it was just a quick long shot. It might have been just a quick bomb, and it took out 2 members. Which it happened around 2 seconds left. There was just no counterattack there in the zone. FRiKPy was just like, all right, we already got 2 cap. We're done here, and that was kind of almost a turning point because it was back and forth. Falco, back and forth we go. Not really one team had total dominance from minute 1, so we could be in for something really entertaining here, especially coming into this game 2 in Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker, where now, with how skilled these teams are, a small and condensed map, we could be seeing a lot of fireworks.
Yeah, I certainly think so too. Again, that game was a lot closer than I think we anticipated. It's not often you see a game that really goes down to the wire like that in zones, but ship-shaped cargo zones, not really a map and mode we see all that often. And then we're going to, I feel like, what is a mode that could be pretty controversial, Rainmaker, for a map in particular, Humpback, that, you know, this is, you either love it or you hate it. There's really no in between for this mode. So we'll take a look and see if we see any comp changes here. Going into game 2, we're going to be seeing a majority of the same weapons. We're going to see the Gal come out, but we're going to be seeing the same weapons here from FRiKPy as well. So not a ton of comp changes here on the side of either team. But we'll see how well they can adapt on a new map in a new mode and how well they can protect themselves. I love how Anger immediately went to that left side and was like, you know what, I'm pushing my umbrella here. I want to play it safe. I don't want to jump to the end or the middle here. And we just got to protect this easy check of the Rainmaker that we hopefully can protect. But right now, FRiKPy seems to be in control. Kiki's going to be grabbing that Rainmaker. Noctis going to be jumping down, but unfortunately going to be going down pretty quickly. A majority of FRiKPy members pushing up towards that Rainmaker. Kiki just has to avoid this whale. Able to get one shot. Can they avoid the Zuka? Yes, they can. And now they got to get Levy here, who is going to be trying to push forward. So FRiKPy seems to be in control, but it's a matter of if they can get to this first checkpoint or not.
Yep, first checkpoint pretty well defended so far here out of Black Lotus's end. It's going to have to force FRiKPy to stall it out just a little bit longer here. So we jump into the second map where we're virtually looking at the same weapons as it's going to be the first checkpoint cleared out there. 2 members already go down. But you're now in a much more common map mode that most places do play. So now you're going from a ship-shaped, very uncommon pick, ship-shaped zone specifically to this. So I'm not surprised that we are seeing practically the same weapons, maybe a very different strategy or just fine-tuning those details here at this stage. But either way though, Falco, that is just gonna be the first checkpoint, but nothing more than that. So this is gonna be Black Lotus' time to see if they can get the first checkpoint cleared out there, as everybody has moved up and Noctis has already cleared out space. Merit's gonna slam the home. This Rainmaker should be a quick lead change here once you're able to pop it through. But will Reagan respond? The answer is no. The wipeout's there. Lead has already changed hands. Now they're swimming up forward. All the members of FRiKPy going down. A clutch pick. However, will slow Black Lotus is down, but Falco, just like that, 10 points remaining, and that is one of those cases where a small condensed map can go out of control.
Yeah, that was a perfect scenario for Black Lotus. They got the checkpoint, had the wipeout, had a clear path, but Punchy had the right idea of flanking towards their left side and jumping down. That is not a position that Black Lotus would have expected them to drop down. So really, Punchy saved that knockout. Even though they got to 10, the game is not over. This is still a very open game for both of these teams, as FRiKPy is going to be taking this Rainmaker once again. Kiki's going to be grabbing it again. And again, what's really hard is trying to get around this elbow. We can see Mart here in a very crucial spot here as a heavy edit, who is trying to just block that area. We see the tent come out too. Levy is going to be trying to push forward with that wall as well. So again, a very well protected guarding spot. And look at that hammer throw on Kiki. It's not often we see successful hammer throw. And I know Popgun mentioned this on Sunday. People shouldn't just pop it and throw it. But hey, in this case, it worked, Keon.
I mean, in this case, you know you're going to get a lob shot. You know where the Rainmaker is going to be. You may as well chuck it and see if you can land it. And in this case, it was well thrown by Noctis. The unfortunate result for Black Lotus, though, is that FRiKPy was able to rebound nicely, and this could be a quick push coming up. Now the focus here, keep your members alive. Levy is just moving around Punchy. Punchy is lurking large, and Black Lotus, there's a Zuka being tossed in, but all the moves from FRiKPy is kind of making sure some of these shots miss. So there is still some patient play here as Levy's been trying to move forward. I believe we do see that tent shield just trying to buy Black Lotus some space to work with here, but there is still no movement. Anger, Noctis, and the crew still stuck at their base, still trying to find for the right time to strike here. There's Levy that's going down. This could be the go mode. This could be the go mode. No, that's not the case, because guess what, Falco? Another Ultra Sam toss, but there's still a lot of control from FRiKPy at this stage.
There is, and I really love the patience that Kiki had when they were handling that Rainmaker. They knew that, like, hey, it's not worth my effort to try and push this. I need to wait for my teammates to clear a path, and they did such a great job with that. But like you mentioned, it was that hammer throw once again that prevented them from pushing forward. So now Black Lotus back in control at the Rainmaker. We can see a 1v1 here. Fish trying to take on one of the members from Black Lotus, trying to get some splats. A lot of this map control still in control of FRiKPy's favor, as Kiki, once again, they really have dedicated a Rainmaker picker-upper for this specific map and mode here, because we've always seen them get it. Noctis able to take down one of the members from FRiKPy. Kiki trying once again to find a path. 30 seconds left. 2 specials ready. Going to be Zipcaster and Abuya coming up for FRiKPy. We'll see if they can clear some spots, Keon.
Yeah. Now, they used the Booyah Bomb. They threw the Rainmaker shot. That should be a lot of paint, but Black Lotus playing that one very patiently, trying to defend that with all their might. 2 members already down, though. This is a huge advantage for FRiKPy. If they can take advantage, Noctis whips on the Ultra Slam toss this time. Kiki is still trying to move forward there. The rest of FRiKPy still throwing it out, but Anger's Zuka shot lands perfectly on the Kiki's end. Now they have to pop this Rainmaker. There is another pick. 2 members are down, though. Punchy has to just pick up this Rainmaker and have to retreat for the hills. Mert and Noctis still there. Kiki just jumped in. Reiki is still trying to get out of respawns. They're gonna wait patiently for the jumps to move in. This is now Black Lotus time to play defense. The thing that FRiKPy has is a lot of overtime seconds coming up, so they have to play this one very patiently. They're actually playing this one very passively. Can Noctis' throw do it? No. That as the rest of FRiKPy has retreated, Noctis has gone down, so now that's gonna be one member down in the respawns. Levy is looking for the chance to strike. The answer is not there. Reiki finds a few picks there, but there is a Zuka. These specials are super huge from stalling out FRiKPy at this stage. Yes, even if the Zuka doesn't land, it is still a threat. As 3 members have gone down, though, all things considered, Typefish holds the line. And just like that, Falco, a long extended overtime push leads to FRiKPy swiping lead at the last seconds. And boy, howdy, FRiKPy is showing up with a 2-0 start.
Oh my god, that ending is crazy, because if you're Kiki, you have to wait for the right opportunity to push forward. And they were so patient that entire time at the end. That is absolutely wild. They just found a moment, and we'll get to the replay a little bit after these play, but we found a moment where they're like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. I don't think there's gonna be an opportunity where they're all gonna be splatted. My Rainmaker ticker is counting down. I need to rush towards that podium to get the lead. They squid rolled at exactly the right moment too. It was picture perfect ending for FRiKPy to just wait for the patience and be like, you know what? And it was just such a gutsy play here too. Obviously, it's not right now. It's going to be closer to when overtime comes. Probably going to be the next replay or so. But the patience from FRiKPy, the patience, from Punchy, I'm sorry, not Kiki, from Punchy right here, knowing, okay, we got to get Laby. Okay, there's going to be plays, they're going to be dropping down because this Rainmaker podium is in such a difficult position to get the KO. We have to wait for these specialists to push out. And here's where Punchy's like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. 3 down. There's a 10. I need to just die for it. Squid roll, get the lead. That is exactly what they did. Literally a nail biter ending here for FRiKPy, and their patience paid off, Keon. I don't think I've ever seen a team as patient as FRiKPy in those moments of Rainmaker, because when you're the Rainmaker carrier, you're just so tempted to like just die for it. Like, you know, it's do or die now. We need to get the lead. We're gonna go for it. But no, Punchy was patient. They knew their assignment. They trusted their teammates, most importantly, and they got the win.
And that's the big thing here, as the third map going to be Museum Clan Blitz coming up. I want to quickly recap this one. Yeah, it's the patient play. Most players, I would imagine, would be very tempted to try to move forward there. But I know that, too, a very long overtime because Punchy picked up that Rainmaker with about 2 seconds left in regulation. That's a much longer overtime overtime setup that they had. So that patient play, recognizing there's no reason to panic, look for the right opportunities to strike. FRiKPy came out huge, and now Black Lotus 2 games down. They're going to have to look for answers in Museum Clams here. They're going to just stick with what they had. It's similar. On the other side, there shouldn't be any changes, which there will not be. So we're going to play the exact same comp game the rest of the way from what it looks like so far. Maybe a few tweaks in later modes. So for Black Lotus, rebound time. You've lost 2 nail biter finishes already. Hopefully that doesn't get you rattled. But for a team as experienced as Black Lotus, I full trust that they may find ways to rebound right now. Cooler's already being dished out. Both teams are gathering clams here. Falco, 2 members already down for Black Lotus. Make that 3. FRiKPy has space to work with to get more clams.
Ooh, yeah, and Anger with a clutch pick there. Unfortunately, they're going to go down from Punchy, so this is where FRiKPy's really going to have to try and push forward. But unfortunately for them, a lot of the Black Lotus members are respawning right now and taking care of their spinner and guarding it right now. Noctis with that stamp ready. You know, we haven't really seen Noctis, pop that stamp, use it, and then throw it. They've just kind of been popping it and throwing, so we'll see what happens, and they do there just again to just kind of pop it and throw it. But here, 2 members are going to be down, 3 are going to be down. But here's the thing, Rocky has the power claim. They have to wait for this the Zipcaster to expire. I feel like they could have scored if somebody else had it, but that's just kind of the gamble you take whenever you'd use your special when you're holding the Rainmaker. So they're going to be in a little bit more control, but I don't know if they're going to be set up for success at this exact moment.
They may still be, because this is Black Lotus still stalled at base. It's a wipeout, so for sure they're going to be able to get things through. Kiki throwing that power claim up ahead just to get the second one cashed in, while everybody else is still playing slightly aggressively there as the Booyah Bomb being thrown in, going to try to clear out any semblance of space that they have. 4 small clams available. Kiki has scored all of the clams so far for FRiKPy. Here's the second jump, but Punching, this might be a little late for this one unless they're able to seek this one through. The answer is yes. The answer was yes. They actually got it. Here's the other problem too. Black Lotus has gone 3 down. 2 members are already down from FRiKPy there, but that's still a man advantage for them. Kiki swimming up with 6 clams. They're going to be 1 point short if they get them all cashed in. Now they need 4 clams for the quick 100-0 push game. Punchy's moving forward is shut down. Black Lotus needs to clamp down on defense at the biggest moment, which they will, but Falco, FRiKPy showed up to play, and it's already 90 points cashed in.
You know, these are the moments I love whenever a team is really excelling and scoring these clams. They're not afraid to be aggressive. They're like, you know what? I'm just going to pick up these 2 and 3 clams, rush towards the basket, and make the other team scramble. That's exactly what happened for Black Lotus. That basket was open for like a solid 30, 40 seconds. And when you're the defending team, that is a long, long time. It is so hard to recover in that moment. So FRiKPy getting down to 10, a 45-point penalty. That's not what they're worried about right now. They're just worried about trying to take out members of Black Lotus, and they are. Look at that, a double here from the members of FRiKPy, trying to push forward, still having some map control. So FRiKPy still in a solid control. They don't have a power claim to work with, but their splash player now has it. Punchy's going to be having it. That's a wipeout. Punchy's going to be scoring here. Will it be enough for them to excel and push this lead? I'm not sure. We do have another power claim ready from Kiki. We'll see if they can push forward. We'll see if they're in a position to get the knockout. But right now, FRiKPy is looking very strong.
So my classic phrase that I always have said in these situations is Black Lotus has been stuck playing defense for about for X amount of time. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. It feels like Black Lotus is just caught off guard. They're having to figure out ultimately the sum of its parts at this stage. FRiKPy is doing everything to play cohesively as a group. FRiKPy is the one that's moving up forward. You have Typefish still playing using the blue bombs for spacing, and you have just this team that's just playing with absolute cohesion right now. And Black Lotus is trying to find any opportunities they can strike. They haven't even scored yet. There's one power clam that FRiKPy just spawned in. They're having to throw it just a tiny bit backwards, and Levy's just the one that's holding it. But where's the opening? The ultimate question. Noctis does take out Kiki. That's the pencil that's gone down. But at what cost? 2 members of Black Lotus. Falco 55 seconds in, and Black Lotus are still looking for that opening. FRiKPy's trying to prevent that from happening. Maybe this is their time now.
I think it is their time now. Just the pencil players alive, but no, one of their members, the gal, is going to be going down. Anger and Mart and Noctis on the enemy spinner right now. Can they manage to get this clam in? Like you mentioned, under 40 seconds right now. They need to get these picks to open this basket. They don't necessarily need to take the lead on this push, but they just need to make sure that they get another power clam before regulation ends. So we'll see what they're able to do. We see one power clam available. Anger's going to probably be in control of this power clam, but trying to get some picks. Oh, getting that with that. Can they pick it up in time? Yes, they can. That basket is going to close. Still holding onto that power claim. So that push was a one and done. Probably not where they wanted to see it, but hey, they are still alive here. They are in the offensive position, but it is a major hill to overcome, Keon.
Major overcome, now entering the overtime session. They just got to break through the barrier. There's a first step. Now they got to start clearing out the space. Well, can they even do so? This is such a elongated push here, but 2 members are already down, and now they have a power climb that is available. They're going to take this down to 35 points rate, but they need that follow-up here soon. Members alive needs to be the key thing here. If they keep one member in and they get the power clam jump in to start, this could be huge, but one member's down. It's one by one, but can they get one clam in? Yes, that extends the push, but not for long, and we do get to see in the last seconds the power clam jump that could have easily swiped lead, but Black Lotus was denied, and FRiKPy holds on defense. Falco, this is an ultimate shocker right now. Black Lotus effectively needs a win to stay alive in top 2, and FRiKPy is just dishing now blow after blow after blow for them, and it's 3 straight maps won to start.
Yeah, that power. Yeah, like you mentioned, I mean, FRiKPy, again, down 0-2 in their LUTI sets altogether, so they are trying to play spoilers at this moment where Black Lotus needs to get that win. Black Lotus, like you mentioned, they had that power claim that jumped. If it would have scored, it would have given them the lead and this game win. But unfortunately for them, it was just a little bit too late. And that's what's so difficult when you go down and have your opponents have 10 points remaining that early in the game, because that very first push, the one we're seeing right here, FRiKPy got all the way down to 10, which is absolutely huge. Black Lotus, they waited for pretty much forever for their basket to close at this moment. And FRiKPy tried to capitalize on that, and they did. I'm really amazed that Punchy got that power claim in time. And here were the last moments for Black Lotus. They haven't broken the basket quite yet, but we can see Leby holding that power claim. They're going to be getting that one and done push here. Noctis with that incredible stamp throw splat that we have seen before. But yeah, again, it's another situation just like we saw in game 1, where if this would have prolonged for another 15 seconds, or, well, really if the basket was open for another 2 seconds or so, Black Lotus could have stolen and gotten the lead here. But it was absolutely a nail-biter. 3-0 on paper, Keon. 3-0 in actuality, no, not at all.
No, it boils down to few key plays across any of the 3 maps. You take one key play out, and we could be talking a completely different side. Could be 2-1, 1-2, 0-3 the other direction. It comes down to just tiny details at this stage. Patient play, going back to the Rainmaker map, got FRiKPy the lead change, and then just being able to hold out in game 1. Last one was a lot more dominant from minute 1, and Black Lotus was just having to play catch up, but they just couldn't even get off of defense until like that 4.5 minute mark. So now that we move on to this Hagglefish market, target control effectively a staple at Hagglefish, but at this point, probably one of its better modes, obviously, other than zones. Let's get that out of the way. So, I mean, Falco 3-0 down. I can't imagine Black Lotus imagining themselves to be down in this position, at least on paper. But I mean, FRiKPy has not gotten swept yet. This is still a very competitive team.
It is, and I mean, we're moving to tower control, which is going to be a more patient
Or
mode here. As well, okay, so we're going to reset that because clearly only Black Lotus was the team that readied up here, obviously.
obviously.
But again, we're talking about a more patient mode where you have to be a little more conservative. FRiKPy did that on that Rainmaker Humpback game, where we saw Punchy just hold the Rainmaker and wait for that right opportunity to strike. We'll see if that translates into this game for tower control Hagglefish game. I don't know. Again, we haven't seen these players really change anything. Thank you for the replay, by the way. Thank you for the replay, Jorian. We're gonna see if these players really change any of their they're not going to change anything. They really haven't changed anything, any of their weapon compositions here at this point. But I think FRiKPy, they're riding this high right now of the 3-0. They need to keep it going. They need to keep it going at this pace. But Black Lotus, they are knocking on the door of disrupting this team who has that 3-0 lead right now. And I think they can do it. It just, you need to be at the right place at the right time. And Black Lotus is waiting for that opportunity to strike.
I feel this is always a case of this team. The team that FRiKPy has is very talented. Not even like one standout individual. Usually, when you and I both know our sports, you can have one superstar that just steals the show. FRiKPy is just a a collection of many different players, all equally skilled in my personal opinion, that has been able to just throw Black Lotus off. FRiKPy, Fishy, Punchy, and Kiki. Just out there, FRiKPy on standard duty. I see Fishy, if I'm not mistaken, is on S-Blast duty, and then you have Kiki on that pencil, so Punchy on the splash. So this team's been sticking with that same comp throughout, and it has worked. It has paid off in dividends, is what I was trying to say there, Falco. Black Lotus is So Black Lotus has shown some tendencies to change up their weapons. We've seen it before in previous matchups, the previous two matchups. You get to see a quick look here into this Group A, this very competitive Group A here. So if this is a time to make adjustments or any gameplay tweaks, the time is now for Black Lotus. 1-1 record, 2 teams above them, Moonlight and Floaters grab a life vest. 2-0. You need all the wins that you need at this stage, and if Black Lotus has a chance, needs it needs to be now. And again, mentioned before throughout the set, one key play has made a difference so far. They got to see if they can find that moment where they can break everything through.
Yeah, and again, we're moving to tower control where you could have a little bit more patience, and this could be an opportunity for Black Lotus to kind of, potentially get a lead and then have themselves be in a position where they can collect their thoughts, collect their ideas, and know when to push forward and know when to hold back. But again, all of these matches so far have been nail biters down to the last minute, and we're going to be seeing the Vanilla Luna come out from the side of Black Lotus. So we're going to be having some Zipcaster action here from Noctis rather than the stamp. So that's going to be the major change. Once again, no changes on the side of FRiKPy.
This is what I like to call the flexible change here. You just switch one different weapon to a different kit, and let's see if you can make it work instead of that Ultra Stamp. Now that Zipcaster there, it's gonna be two members down from Black Lotus, so it's gonna be a little bit of a slow start here, as the crafting I think got even one of the picks there that Punchy was able to get. So I'm wondering to see how this Zipcaster is gonna play out here for Noctis. Noctis has landed some nice finds there with the hammer, but it hasn't amounted to a strong push yet. Maybe other than one of them, but then the results showed that FRiKPy got the dub. So delayed 3 down. Opening is available here for Black Lotus. There is a blue bomb that is available from FRiKPy, which they could burn to just throw right at the tower, force Black Lotus out of there, which they will. Noctis is gonna be stuck in no man's land. Anger Zukas don't land at this stage, so they're not able to break through to too many points. But Black Lotus, this is a good start for them still. They still have some control of the base. FRiKPy, however, is lurking large until now. Yeah, FRiKPy was lurking large until now, and I think Black Lotus here, they just can't go down. They can't go 3 players down, or else FRiKPy will be able to capitalize on that. And right now, Black Lotus still riding high, and what's really great is they have a lot of paint in front of the tower, which is absolutely crucial to not let members of FRiKPy push forward, and that's why Black Lotus
still has that 2-player advantage as 2 players are going to be going down on FRiKPy, approaching the second checkpoint. Can they get it uncontested? They're going to have to watch Kiki, who's on that pencil, and Kiki is going to be taking one of them down. Now going to be trying to identify Laby. They do, so Black Lotus not going to be getting past that second checkpoint. 2v2 in the situation. We can see Mert here trying to farm for a cooler to help support their team, but a very strong lead from Black Lotus nonetheless.
I mean, Black Lotus at this point, they just need something to work off of in terms of that lead, and then try to use that as a foundation for their defense. There, as FRiKPy has shown a lot of skill so far and a lot of pace that they can find, because Reiki just flanked one and just takes out Anger. Now everybody's swimming up forward. It's gonna be members down on both sides. However, it is gonna be slightly delayed though, because Kiki and Reiki are right there to just lurk large. As the zip caster being thrown in is shut down by Merit, I believe, and the Zuka is there. It's gonna have to force Kiki backwards. They know where Punchy is. They're gonna get the trade that's just good enough for Black Lotus, as everybody's just off the tower. FRiKPy is gonna lose 2 more. It is just the approach to the first checkpoint, nothing more than that though. So Black Lotus has a great defensive hold there for them, but they're gonna need 2 minutes and 20 seconds more to get an even better lead or to hold on defense once again.
Yeah, and what's tricky now is FRiKPy's really trying to apply some of that pressure to push forward. Now, still a neutral game where Black Lotus might seem to be a little bit in control, as they're not afraid to be aggressive. Look at Noctis trying to go for one of those picks, and of course, that's what you have to do if you're a Luna Blaster player. You literally have no range when you're shooting except to get those point-blank shots, so they're trying their best. Still trying to lightly push this tower to knowing when to back off, knowing when to jump out, and knowing when to try and push forward once again. So we can see Noctis coming here on the Zipcaster trying to get some picks, but no, they're going to be going down. FRiKPy Fish is going to be going up with the Booyah, throwing it into mid to displace some of the members of Black Lotus. Tower now once again back towards neutral, so really, Black Lotus in a very good position to not let FRiKPy push forward, as Mert is going to be getting a pick on Punchy here. Riki is going to be trying to get some picks here. Can they take out Mert? They do. They get a trade. One of the jumps in from Noctis is going to be coming in. So once again, Black Lotus in control of the tower. I think this is going to be pretty much a heavy stalemate, Keon, for the remainder of this match.
That's kind of what my similar read is, unless they're able to break through, which that is a 3-down situation. So FRiKPy at least holds them off. That is a wipeout, so they can get, but Black Lotus can get themselves reset once more. One of the things that you and I both know, Saf likes to mention, is that the tower loves to move in 1 speed, so this will give Black Lotus some time to work off of. Here, so there is 2 specials from FRiKPy, so that's the one thing you have to be careful. There is a Zip Caster that can play very aggressively. You have a Crab Tank available from Punchy, which Punchy can just pop right into this tower, and Black Lotus is playing very defensively right now. Now, FRiKPy has broken through the first checkpoint. This could be the second checkpoint coming through, especially with the Booyah Bomb that's there. 2 members are down. They got the huge pick, but this Booyah Bomb is just enough. Laby is shut down, and the lead changes hands at a critical moment once again. 30 seconds left to go on the clock here, Falco. Black Lotus's defense could not hold up much longer, and FRiKPy swipes lead just like that.
Yeah, Punchy using the crab at the perfect opportunity, gave them a little bit more of defensive edge and prevented members of Black Lotus from taking them out. So that was absolutely crucial in that position. A major hill to overcome here. Yeah, okay, they're finally on. So Noctis is on the tower. They're going to need to ride this tower for quite some time. Remember, they don't have to get past that checkpoint, but they do have to survive that second checkpoint for a long time. They first need to take out Kiki, who's going to be a frontline pencil player here at this moment. Punchy going to be trying to get some picks as well. Is this going to be enough? 2 players down now. It's just going to be Anger on the tower. It's just a heavy. They're not on the tower anymore. Punchy just needs to get on the tower. They're opting to try and take out Mart, they're going to do it. FRiKPy getting that 4-0 lead in this set, and a last-minute lead swap here on Tower Hagglefish. They are knocking on the door to win this set, Keon.
I don't think anybody had Black Lotus looking for the reverse sweep on their bingo card if you look at the 10,000-foot view record-wise. FRiKPy, with no sweeps on the board, has taken 4 maps off of Black Lotus. And I was wondering if the 34 points remaining was just going to be enough for Black Lotus, or Black Lotus was just trying to find ways to break through. This is a very good FRiKPy squad that we have seen so far here, Falco, as this was the push that got him to the first checkpoint, but it got stalled out just like that. Kiki had to escape as they lost every advantage they had, but the dreaded 3 down into the wipeout in the last seconds right here allowed FRiKPy to recognize, all right, now we can just continue to push forward, make this tower go to the second checkpoint. We're going to get all the control result in the world that we can get. And then Black Lotus just trying to wait for the right time to strike. They get Type Fish, sure, but Punchy with the Crab Tank, the Booyah Bomb, just all the coverage that you need. Levy was just trying to go for any effort that they can to hold this one off. And FRiKPy, last 30 seconds, another lead change, another key play that ultimately turned this game around. And just farming for okay, sure, from that one FRiKPy, but Falco, I don't know what I'm seeing here. This is kind of unreal.
I know, and I agree, and I actually just said a prediction in chat. I said, well, Black Lotus win game 5. Not just because I was like, they've been so close so often. I realized we didn't have a prediction going on in chat, so please vote if you are in chat here. Will Black Lotus at least win game 5 here going into splat zones? This has been a wild set so far, Keon, and there have been moments where we've seen Black Lotus have the lead pretty much the entire game. This one in particular for game 4, they had the lead the entire time until those last 10 seconds when FRiKPy took over. Black Lotus they knew they were in a position, okay, we have to ride this tower for quite some time. And unfortunately for them, they were never at a player advantage where they could do so. But it's like, I'm not giving up hope, obviously. We've seen how these games have gone. And especially if you weren't here for game 1, that was also a nail biter. Flipped at the very last second, zone ship-shaped cargo, where FRiKPy took the lead, then immediately won the game because it was like the borderline overtime win. We're going to see if Black Lotus can do it here, hopping into Robo-Ramen zones. So let's see what they have in store.
So now the thing you have to look out for FRiKPy is how do you seal the deal and get the sweep in a very surprising result. I don't think anybody could expect from this group. FRiKPy, hello, our first weapon swap from FRiKPy. It is a Wiper this time. Notus is going back to that Neo, Luna Blaster Neo with the Ultra Stamp. Now with this being a zones map, here's the thing that we haven't really highlighted too much here. The painting difference so far was a splash and a pencil. That was a lot of paint that FRiKPy had, especially in the game one there with the Stamper in this case. So here's the one thing I'm wondering about is, can FRiKPy make value out of this Wiper? The answer is definitely yes, as they are able to swipe 2 away, and this is just crazy momentum for FRiKPy so far here, Falco.
You know, when I see Wiper players play like that, I'm like, are you serious? Like, how does your reaction work like that? I'm 31 years old, so it clearly doesn't work well for me. I don't know how it happens for some of these players, but members of FRiKPy really tearing up here at the beginning of zones, getting down to 61. Black Lotus able to take the zone now. Finally here, Fish is going to be throwing that Booyah to try and recap, help their team. It's not going to be working. Punchy is going to be all alone. They're going to be going down. So right now, Black Lotus in control of the zone, a 2-player advantage. They're in a very good position to take the lead, especially as Mert is trying to just paint some area, maybe farm a little cooler or so, and try and support their teammates right now. But FRiKPy on the end of trying to push forward. They're going to be losing the lead. It's going to be going over to Black Lotus, and Black Lotus is looking very comfortable right now, Keon.
This is their time right now. Delayed wipeout. That is going to build Black Lotus some space to just continue to lurk large. They're all retreating slightly back to this middle side, so this could give FRiKPy an opportunity to strike there. The Ultra Sand whiffs, so cannot just do one better for you. The answer is not quite. Everybody retreats to the lower ground. Now you got to pay attention to the member advantage here at this stage, as it's 2 members down. This is going to be all the paint being thrown into the zone. Down to 14 points for me, and then 2 members have all gone down just like that. Mert and Levy are just trying to hold the line. Notus is there, but Levy has gone down as well, and Black Lotus has to retreat once more. This is the one thing I was wondering about, is can they hold this lead a little bit longer, because as we've seen before, FRiKPy is known to just swipe it away in an instant.
Yeah, they really have, and this is where they excel on the lockout, just being very patient. They've been doing that this entire set right now, still doing so. 1 member's down. Black Lotus trying to push forward. We can see Anger in a very good position using that tent, getting some of that high elevation. Black Lotus getting that much needed cap here. A lot of penalty points for both teams. Black Lotus, 2 of their members are going to be going down. The cap is going to be going towards FRiKPy's side. Again, a lot of penalty points now, but Black Lotus giving them a little bit of time to stall and just kind of regroup a little bit. Is this going to be enough? Will FRiKPy be able to hold on to the zone? They're not pushing forward quite yet, as Anger's going to get a nice pick on Punchy from that Zuka. A huge stalemate here in mid, as these teams are just showing all of the aggression that they have.
One of the weapons you gotta look out for is Anger's Tent. That is gonna be able to clear out space. Can they use this as a way to enable Black Lotus to move forward? The answer, it may not be now, because this is a big man disadvantage here. They lose one member, sure, but that was just an S-Pass that went down. This could be another lead change here, Falco. And now FRiKPy swipes lead once again. Black Lotus needs to move forward. They're gonna lose one member. They're gonna lose two. They lose Reiki. That's the big thing. Lotus is there. There is two members now. This is a huge zones change, and they needed that soon. Look at how many points that were just there. 2 points remaining. Blue Bomb's gonna be thrown in. Now FRiKPy's the one that's in control. They're able to hold this one through. Blue Bomb being thrown at the ready. Falco, it happened again. FRiKPy gets the lead, and they're already getting picks on the Noctis.
Yeah, and that cap there from the side of Black Lotus was absolutely crucial in order to not end this KO. And they had 2 players down. They had to throw everything they needed to at the zone in that moment, but FRiKPy still seems to be in dominant control. We see the stamp come out from Noctis, going to be throwing it, not going to be getting anybody. FRiKPy in control, 10 penalty points ticking down right now as it looks like Noctis is going to be taking down Punchy. Is this going to be enough as Riki is going to be coming in? There's going to be a jump coming in too. Oh, they're going to be getting one. Can they get the jump? They get control. They get another. It looks like FRiKPy getting that 5-0 sweep over Black Lotus. Keon, this is not what anybody expected.
If your bingo card had Black Lotus losing to FRiKPy today, you're gonna need to hold off on marking that for just a little bit longer. What a huge shock coming into this Division X Week 3 matchup. We were thinking, all right, this could be a very competitive set, and bear in mind, that scoreboard of a 5-0, that is not a dominant 5-0. That was a back and forth 5-0 from start to finish. Reiki on the switch of the wiper just did phenomenal damage from the very get-go, from the early push that happened all the way down to the 61 points remaining. Black Lotus had a chance to secure KO and probably get themselves on the board, and it was exactly this moment where 2 members are down. They were just out of the penalty points, and the way FRiKPy plays is just throwing Black Lotus a bit off guard. And from this replay, the 2 members down, and then this was just when this is where Black Lotus needed to hold the line just a little bit longer, but they were getting caught into Reiki's just crazy amount of aggression that was there, and even the few swipes you mentioned before how they could even do it with the reflexes that they have. But Falco, this was a shocker to say the least.
Yeah, this was really a shocker, especially from one of the teams who we thought was going to be, definitely on the edge of making the playoffs. Now it seems near impossible for Black Lotus to make the playoffs. I'm not the statistician for LUTI. We'll leave Jordan Squidoku for that, because they seem to be on top of everything here. But that 5-0 victory, it is reported there at the end.
There you go.
Absolutely crazy. Both of these teams now 1-1. Moonlight and Floaters grab a life as 2-0. So they're the ones in the driver's seat for here Division X Group A. That's not what we expected at all. This is not the 5-0 that we expected to see here. We mentioned the upset earlier from Poyo versus Black Lotus in week 1. That went to a game 9. This clearly didn't go to a game 9, and it went to a game 5 with FRiKPy getting their first set win. They're not a team to mess with. This is such a fun Div X group. This Group A here, the competition is so tight, Keon. And again, 5-0 on paper, not what we saw. Anybody here in chat could say the same thing. A lot of these went down to the wire, and it has been absolutely incredible to watch, Keon.
I mean, the only closest dominant game we saw there, Falco, was game 3. That was the Clan Blitz map in Museum where FRiKPy got it from minute 1. Everything else, back and forth we go, and Black Lotus and FRiKPy was just dueling it out. The amount of heartbreaking moments I feel like we've captured in this set was almost to infinity at the rate. It's off to the moon, because 4 games where FRiKPy just swipes it at the very end. Game 2, the patient play. Game 1, basically just being able to hold line, and Black Lotus needed to hold in game 5, especially the 14 punch main, then getting thrown penalty points with the way FRiKPy's been playing was just absurd. So FRiKPy 5, what was it? A 2-5 loss to Moonlight, and then a 3-5 loss to Floaters Grab a Life Vest, and then a 5-0 victory over Black Lotus in a crazy back and forth. So I know you mentioned we're both not statisticians, by the way, because I've gotten my calculations wrong in a previous broadcast in last season. But where it stands is that Black Lotus, Facade, and FRiKPy all with 2 losses there. Thank you, by the way, Jordan, for getting us into the win-loss. So Moonlight and Floaters 2s are effectively like it's called controlling their own destiny. They're in the driver's seat. At least for now, they believe. Yeah, Moonlight and Floaters will give one of those teams a loss. So in theory, things still very much live, especially if you look at Poyo in that 1-1 standing. So I feel like this group has kind of turned upside down a little bit with this result here, Falco, and I'm all for it at this rate. This has just been a crazy Division X group to watch.
Right, and Moonlight and Grab Your Life S, they're going to be facing off here in week 3 of LUTI. Both of those teams 2-0, so be on the lookout. Well, I'm sure we'll try and broadcast it if we can. We kind of leave that up to Jorian, who's our lovely broadcaster tonight. So thank you, Jorian, for being flexible with your availability. We appreciate it. But that's going to be it for our broadcast here on LUTI tonight on a Tuesday, which is very rare. I'm happy that I could be here, Keon. Very happy that you could be here as well. We will be live again, hopefully next Thursday. And we'd love to stream your LUTI sets here on LUTI tonight. If you are playing LUTI Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening, NA evenings, let us know. We would love to stream your sets. Please fill out that form so we can stream it. But we're going to be hopping off here for now. Keon, where can we find you?
You can find me probably wondering how Obi Tobin got a legacy game yesterday when I was watching my basketball team. But in actual terms, you can find me on Blue Sky and Twitch, Keon2570. And also, please, I echo Falco as another pal here for Splatoon Tourney. Please, if you want to get your set stream, please fill out the form. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know the drill. Falco already did it for you. So Falco, where can the people find you and then take us away once you do?
Yeah, you can find me, Falco Flyer, on Blue Sky. I don't really stream anymore on Twitch, but you can find me here. Everything Splatoon Tourney. I work pretty much 7 days a week to try and organize all this stuff, so you can find me there. Again, we'd love to stream your LUTI matches. Once again, thank you to Jorian for being our lovely streamer this evening, and we hope to see you next time. Take care. Have a good one.